Hey everyone, so my name is Taylor McMullen. I'm from Peterborough in Belleville, Ontario. I'm a very indecisive person, so to pick one thing to do before I die is kind of difficult, but I would say to be overall just to be well traveled and to see the world, and I think going along with that is just to take advantage of every opportunity that you can. I hope to become more aware and educated on environmental issues and just kind of figure out what the next step in my life is. I chose to watch Food Inc. because last week I had just been talking to one of my friends who had actually watched a documentary on a similar topic and was really moved by it. I also chose it because I know that it's an issue that I'm passionate about, but I'm also kind of guilty at not taking those little steps to do something about it. Mainly kind of being a student for the past 5 years and working full time, it's kind of just easier to get that quick meal or after work just kind of pick fast food up because you have to go study. So I kind of wanted to become more aware to kind of get that motivation to take those steps. I'd give this film a 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. I found it was really informative. And I liked how they didn't just kind of throw facts at us. They really made it, I'd say, really real by incorporating all the interviews from people kind of from all aspects of the food industry. I'd say the most interesting, but definitely not the most surprising thing I learned was the centralized power in the food industry. I was loosely aware of the issues, but I found this film really eye-opening in this respect, specifically with the power of the patent laws and how farmers' control kind of isn't really there. There was the one example where if all the farmers' neighbors were using the Monsanto seeds and they blew into his field and there was traces in there, without him even knowing that he could be responsible and legally in a very tough situation. And the companies kind of abused this with using that scare tactic and all the money and power that they had to sue these farmers who really didn't have anything to do except for to settle because they couldn't afford the legal bills. But when I really thought about this, definitely all those times I paused it, I found that it wasn't a new concept to me at all. It's something that's kind of actually drained me through university, as it's the same with the criminal justice system and a revolving door with these powerful corporations and people that have a stake in keeping systems the way they are even when they're flawed because it's bringing them money in. Or this, for the crime example, it's the tough on crime approach that gets votes for elections. So to see this revolving door in another respect was very frustrating to see it happening in the food industry, to see farmers in debt with little or no choice about how things are going and little money or avenues to challenge the system, then leaving companies in control and consumers in many aspects. We can do little things, but if you don't have the means or the money to buy the healthy food, you're going to take the option of feeding your family with the fast food. So I definitely went through many emotions as the film showed many aspects of this issue in different ways. I was happy to watch it, and I feel that I'm much more aware. At points I found it hard to watch, especially with going to work in between watching it at a restaurant and giving people food where I don't even know where it's coming from. Also seeing the chicken farming, and there were some clips of the cows where they couldn't even walk because of the weight that they were carrying, as well the amount of animals in such confined spaces. It was also really hard to see that food, which is something that we need to survive, was causing the death of people as well because of all these issues. So as well, I got very frustrated, as I said, with the judicial aspects of it. Just a topic that's studied so much in a critical light. It's really frustrating to see that a system that's supposed to be there to protect us was failing animals, failing people, and overall failing the environment once again. However, I did find it kind of enlightening to see the light at the tunnel in some respect, to see the tobacco company example brought up to show how that we as everyday people, if we demand something and we all kind of come together, that we can make a change. To kind of see that example kind of brought a happy light that we can do something. So I'd say that this film definitely has motivated me. I've already called my family right after and was talking to them about it because my stepdad's a cook. I was talking to my roommates, to family, and getting into some really good conversations. I have to go grocery shopping tomorrow, so I'm definitely going to leave more time than I normally would to read those labels to see where I'm getting my food from. So I definitely can see myself getting more involved. I believe that environmental documentaries are there to bring about awareness and to inflict change. It's kind of an avenue to show the many hidden messages that some may not want to be shown, so they're not really seen in our day-to-day life in the mainstream media. And for environmental issues, I'd say it's hard to put one over the other. A lot of times they interconnect, and they can all have equally devastating effects. So I would say that the most important one would be overall just the ability to reach the masses with awareness in such a way to cause change among everyday people that would then influence corporations and laws and people or whatever it may be, to leave them with no choice but to follow suit and to tackle these environmental issues. Hope you enjoyed.